Whoops. 1 second. My rig thing keeps bugging out sometimes whenever I start it. There we go. Trying to fix the resolution, but I guess that's good. There we go. Now there's something weird on the side. Shit. Hmm. Okay. Far enough for today, I think. After a day of misery, men and women drop their meager possessions beneath the godstone of Fridval- Friv- Fridvaldir. What are we doing? We just left our homes because suddenly there was some dredge. Chieftain did what I suggested, and look what he got for it. Look at these people. Somebody has to hold them together. That's you, Rook. How am I supposed to do that? Lie? Tell them everything's going to be alright. Gods, Rook, I don't know. Pretend you know what you're doing. That's what the rest of us do. Thanks for the advice. Do whatever you want. Let them fend for themselves if you can live with it. You humans are absurd, Rook. Furious when you're not in control, terrified when you are. Pull it together. You're right. Think of how I feel. I'm stuck nursing a bunch of weaklings. You do care. I can tell. Peh. Under a plague on the world worse than any dredge as far as I can tell. Chats like this are where we get along so well, Ivor. You sleep poorly, the sun forever stuck in an eternally bright sky. Before the others rise, you find yourself staring over long, low hills covered in pine. The Godstone looms overhead, the massive eyes of Pridvaldir looking the same direction as you. The weathered stone doesn't see many visitors. Not much reason to travel so far east. When hunters come through, they sometimes stop to give offerings, out of habit more than anything else now that the gods are dead. Pridvaldir was the god of hunters and of wild beasts, occasionally seen roaming the land as both man and wolf. He was always depicted in effigy with his terrible spear. You wonder what he'd think about his woods being full of dredge now. A young girl from the caravan approaches you. I made this for you, she says, handing you a crude necklace carved from a branch she must have found nearby. Thank you for saving my mama, she says, before running back to her tent. Back at your tent, you rouse Alette, who clings to your arm until she's completely awake. Bad dreams. Eventually, the camp is broken down, and it's time to move to Frost Valley. It feels like an end more than a start. The caravan halts when a group of men appear on the trail, weapons at their feet. We've seen the dredge in your wake, says one. We don't wish to meet them alone. If you'll let us join you, we'll show you a watering hole with enough animals to fill those supply wagons. An inherent fear of strangers raises mutters from the caravan. What are you doing out here alone? We were hunting here for food when the dredge found our village, says the man. When we returned, he looks away, unable to finish. Allow the men to join you. If you'll be no trouble, come along, you say. The men cautiously join your ranks and prove trustworthy. The hidden watering hole nearby is teeming with animals, and soon your supplies are nicely restocked. Trigvi, guess I better thank you for helping us back there. Trigvi turns his head, eyes wide as though something was stalking him. Uh, hmm. Nice beard, Rook. That's not why I'm here. Oh, okay. Why are you here? Fat clansman. What? They eat, eat, eat. Don't know how to kill a thing, Rook. He rolls the R in Rook gratuitously while holding out his spear for you to inspect. Look at this thing. They grow on trees. You can make this from a tree. My advice? Show them how to stick some pigs, or stick a rabbit, a bird. You can stick almost anything, Rook. Any more helpful advice? Glad you finally asked. Don't trust a man just because they have faces and use their mouths. A man will look at you right through his helmet and lie. Should I trust you, Trigvi? Come on, Rook. Am I wearing a helmet? You think carefully about how to respond to that. Have you always been this way, Trigvi? Have I always been Trigvi? Some question, Rook. Look, I hear what they say behind my back. Trigvi's handsome. Trigvi's brave. But you're the right man for this job. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Hmm. Hmm. I got to go, Trigvi. I get it. We all got things to do. Me? I was about to go swimming. At least you're keeping clean. Nobody comes looking for you in a pool of water, you know. Don't let me waste too much time there, okay? We'll come get you before we leave. I'll see you around. Only if you keep your eyes open, Rook. You can't help but hope there was nothing sinister about that last comment. I wish I could roll my eyes well. I haven't practiced in such a long time. I would flub it horribly. Yeah, I know I can't do it. How's the arm, Eagle? You find Eagle just outside the camp, practicing his sword swings. I saw you taking some hard hits out there. Oh, yeah, I'm great. Or, not great, considering everything that's... I'm fine. My arm's fine. It's a strong shield. It's Rook, right? I know we haven't talked much before now. But if you want, just call me Gil. Okay, Gil. I wanted to let you know that I meant what I said before about making sure nothing happens to Alette. You're protective of Alette, huh? Well, she's... I don't want her to get hurt. You can see his cheeks turn bright red. Don't worry, she can take care of herself too. I know, I didn't mean... Easy, Gil. I know what you meant. I've never seen a shield like that before. Yeah, I doubt there's many. My father made this. It's solid metal, really heavy. But I've been practicing with it since I was a kid. I used to spend a lot of time getting used to lifting it. He raises it up to show you. I'm pretty good with it now. It's the only thing of my father's I have left. Then when my mother died, she gave it to me, before she died. Ivor seems to think you're pretty good. Did he say that? That's good. I'm trying. Never had to fight anything like Dredge before, but I don't have much else to do. And how many people get to train with a Varl? It seems like I could be a help to someone. That's what I want to be. I'm heading back to camp. Stay strong. I will. Oh, and if you need anything, let me know. I can do anything you need. Between you and Ivor, we're going to be okay. I can tell. A curd medallion made from the branch of a tree found above the godstone of Hridvaldir, carved with a curious rune. Hmm. Hmm. Let's give Trigby some breathing room. I'm not really going to be manually attacking with him that much. Okay, Rook needs one more. Oddleaf needs two. Ivory needs one. Hmm. Okay, we just gotta rest up a little bit. Man, it took a lot of supplies. During a rest, one of the men get too drunk and end up splashing mead in a warrior's face. A brawl erupts. Many thrown fists and a broken bone later. The instigator, Raffensvater, is tossed on the ground at your feet, angry clansman looking for satisfaction. His personal defense is little more than drooling mumbles. Hmm. You grab a rope from the supplies and make short work of the thought. A few onlookers throw scraps at him, but most just walk away with a laugh, at least content that some measure has been taken. The caravan is visibly relieved to find a small village on the way to Frostfeller, with beds and fresh supplies. The locals here are shocked by the news you bring and discuss it amongst themselves while you set up nearby. We need supplies. We need all the supplies. Oh, I got supplies. Hmm. Mmm. That one's really good. The seal. A world hook. An enormous fishing hook thought to be from the legend in which the Varl king Screamir pulled a whale from the silver stone. This one would be good for Ivor. Hmm. That should be good for now. We're only just outside the village when two men in red approach. My name is Hogan, says one, gesturing to the other. My brother is Mogan. Many from the village wish to join you, the Frostfeller. A third man, exuding rage, charges up to the group. Shut your mouth, Hogan, he screams. What's going on? These bastards don't speak for us. They've been trying to divide the village since you got here. True. You can keep whoever wants to stay and die. The rest of us will go with the reasonable people of Skoger. He's got a scar on his face. I'll have you both gutted before I let half the village desert. Behind the angry villager, a mob of armed thugs have appeared, all furrowed brows and nervous stares. We both know what will happen to the rest of us if the fields are abandoned. Nobody leaves. There won't be anything to tend once the dredge arrive. Dredge my ass. I don't know what the scam is this time, Hogan. You got two choices. Get back to work or I'm finally putting you in the ground. Mogan, what do you say? Thought it was unfair that he only asked me. Mogan draws his axe slowly, followed by Hogan. Despite their confidence, the brothers are significantly outnumbered. I think I made a poor farmer. Ivor, let's make this a fair fight. Ivor steps forward, the thugs hesitate. As you pull your axe, you notice that Alette is nowhere to be seen. Only still on an archer. So one has more armor and the other one has more strength. Hogan and his brother Mogan have gotten the same question their entire lives. You don't find many twins about, and even fewer who know how to use an axe. Hogan tends to be the more level-headed of the two, which may explain why he ended up with a child and a wife. Mogan tends to be the sort to act first and think later. This may explain the scar, amongst other things. Let's pick the one that probably won't give us trouble in the future. This should be alright. We're surrounding them. I don't know who goes first. It should be alright. I wish I could see the enemy's turn order. I don't think he's going to get attacked, but... That's some pretty good results. Jagger's having a bad time. No, not tricky. Oh, he's holding on. Yeah, he's still alive. There's nothing I can rightly do to try to keep Trigby alive, so... Oh man, look at that. Wonder if I should have had Odd Leaf up sooner. Unlucky. Oh, if I'm gonna go down. Big damage. Comparatively. Yeah, good shit, Eagle. No! Rip. I didn't lose too many people, but I lost a few. At least I got a lot of people ready for promotion. Dealing with consequences is hard. I don't want to deal with the consequences of my actions. The brothers thank you with wide grins. Soon, many of the villagers have joined your caravan. You scan around anxiously for Alette, who had gone missing when the fighting began. Eventually, you find her watching from afar. Hogan returns at that moment, introducing you to his son and wife, and you soon set out again. Alette marches quietly alongside the caravan, a little distance since leaving the village. When you stop for a rest, Oddleaf approaches you. I didn't do it. Alette, I have something for you. Oddleaf has gathered up the long banner from the caravan and smiles warmly as she passes it to Alette. What's this about? I was hoping you'd sew up the banner with everything that has happened since we left Skoger. Come find me another time, Rook, and we'll talk. Before you can comment, she departs. Dad, are you the chieftain now? It looks that way. Oh, then that means... You're both quiet for a moment while Alette unfurls the banner. Oddleaf has been teaching me how to sew. She speaks pretty highly of you. Can we read the part about Mom? You nod. On the banner has been sewn the story of the families who have lived in Skoger throughout the years, just as it is done on every banner in every town. I wish she was here, but I'm kinda glad she isn't. The section of banner about your family is short, but Alette has been sewing in colorful designs. Why do you say that? So she doesn't have to deal with all of this. Dredge, leaving home, and... Why did you have to kill those men in the village? I mean, if it's okay to ask. I had to make a hard choice. Because the Dredge are terrifying. Every time we have to fight them, I just want to run, but... I don't want to kill a person, please. Are you mad at me? I'm glad you don't want to. Alette smiles at this, then her face sinks again. I guess I would do it if I really had to, but do we have to? I know what you mean. Yeah, I know. Dad. I think you're doing a good job. She hugs you. You spend the rest of your time together, sewing new verses into the banner. For better or worse, the story of Skoger is your burden now. We have a cool banner now. I mean, we had one, but now it's ours. Yeah. How are you doing, Odd? I'm alright. Not at first. Sometimes when a loved one dies, people say it doesn't sink in for a while. It sunk in for me right away. People tell me that I'm a strong woman. It's funny. My father named me Oddleaf before I was even born. He wanted the boy so badly. Strong woman. What does that even mean? People look up to you. Don't take this the wrong way, but I don't want to be known for handling my feelings. If I feel nothing about my husband dying, people think I'm strong. Let me, let me, let me read that. If I feel nothing about my husband dying, people think I'm strong. If I cry because my insides feel like they're on fire, I'm weak. Why does that feel so backwards? I'm sorry, Rook. It's been hard. You're not sure what to say. In the many years you've known the chieftain's wife, this is probably the most you've ever talked. You asked me to come find you? Yes. It's about the banner. I thought about it a long time. He asked me to give it to you, if something happened. Why me? He always depended on you, Rook. It should be mine. I should carry it. But I thought about why he named you. I get it. They won't follow a woman. Families would leave. Their banner would be divided. I think they would follow you. Come on, Rook, this isn't the time for pretend. It's not just about our small town. What happens the first time we need something from another clan? How will that go? And the first time someone thinks they can take advantage of us. I think this is what has to happen. Maybe this is what it means to be a strong woman. She looks sideways, eventually giving over a timid smile. I'm not sure if that's the dumbest thing I've heard or the sweetest. Listen, I know I dragged this out. The truth is, my husband and I could never have a child. I don't want our banner to end here. It'll be safe with you and Alette. I know you're going to take care of her. She puts her hand on your shoulder as she heads back to the camp. Oh, morale's high, but people are hurt. Let's get our promotions. Item rank up. Nice. He's kind of durable for an archer. Well, maybe not quite. Hmm. She has more max willpower in exchange for lower max strength. The Rain of Arrows is really good. I think I'm gonna ignore break and exertion. Our boy. He's level 3. Okay, so break's not gonna go up quite like that, so I should just focus on his stats. The enemies are going to try to break my defenses first. If they're not in a good position to do a shit ton of damage. And some enemies are going to have really high strength anyway, so feels like going heavy on armor first is the play. The hell did I get him twice? Oh, whatever. I guess I don't need that on Ivory. The hook. It's tempting, but I'll swap it. That makes more sense. Well, I have two of these. Choky's gonna be down for a bit. But I don't want to neglect him level-wise. I'm just gonna have to deal with that. Well, he's kind of there to just kind of be a little belligerent with the stab and then exist. So him being a little down isn't too big of a deal. But I don't want to neglect it. There's not enough character slots. I want a Varl for the block. Got Oddly for the trapping, Eagle for the utility and the midweight tank, Mogan for consistent damage, or like the Thrasher. I could just replace him with Trigby and figure out what I want to do with Hogan later on. He's gonna like run up to his ability once and die. Trigby's damage is gonna be way more consistent. We don't need the rest. We're gonna march on. March! Marching on an adventure. At a small split in the trail, a few fighters stopped to speak with you, each carrying a single pack. We recognize this place, one man says. Spent several years here with some kin. If they're still around, we have to warn them of what's coming. With luck, we'll find you again in less than a week. Think you'll survive out there? Men look at each other somberly before one says, "That's why we have to go. Out here alone, our kin are as good as dead." Yeah, I didn't know that would end it. That's a shame. Complaints of Raffensvarter's excessive drinking have resurfaced. This time the man stumbled over some tent ropes, pulling the snagged canvas through a campfire, nearly setting a supply wagon aflame. Clansmen put out the fire on both the wagon and Raffensvarder's leg before leading him to you. This man drinks nothing but water from now on. Raffensvarder groggily agrees, slurring his way through promises to quit, being such a nuisance. Many of the onlookers snort or roll their eyes, but go back to their business. Somehow you doubt it'll be long before he manages to find another drink, whether you'll allow it or not. Dredge! Shouts a man from the back of the caravan. It's Raffensvarder, the unabashed drunk, staggering toward you, looking not entirely sober. He screams again, pointing the trees in the distance. Feet races through the caravan as fighters pull their weapons. Scouts return with no sightings, and furious men surround him. Get him out of here. The man's meager belongings and some food are thrown in the pile as everyone moves on. He's tied loosely to a tree. You expect he'll break his bonds eventually once he sobers up. Please, I swear, he pleads to your back, finally realizing his plight. Whether his dredge were imagined or not, you don't expect to see him again.
Once a strong, thriving city, the walls of Frostvellir now just keep the howling winds at bay. With luck, they'll hold out against Dredge as well.
No. No, you know better than that. Wonder if there was a better way to resolve that, but you jostle through follow crowds of sunken faces who appear as though they've been freezing in front of Frostvellir for days. The gates are closed. You come to a stop at the bottom of the hill. This is not looking good. Why are there so many people in the fields? We can't stay outside in the open like this. Oddly finds you amongst the many refugees. Rook, I just talked to some of the women here. Nobody is being let into the city. Why? It's overrun with Varl from Blotz. Overrun with Varl. From Blotzbalker, Greyhorn, people from Bitra, all the nearby villages. The dredge are everywhere. And the chieftain of Frostvellir has locked himself in his great hall. That's when they close the gates. When the dredge come, these hills will turn red. We have to get in there. Where else could we go? With our whole caravan? South, but Sigurholm or Borsgard are so far away they may as well be horseborn lands. The dredge are moving south. If we keep going west, we might get out of their path. Wormtow is half as far as Sigurholm and full of Varl. And across the wastes, these people won't make it. I don't like any of these ideas. That's because they're all bad. There's no point in talking about leaving. We have to get in there. I want to know more about what's going on in there. I see a lot of people gathering around the rest houses and the gates. We could find out what they know. How do we get in anyway? They closed the gate. I can get that gate open. Let's see if there's any other way before we start breaking down gates. I wasn't going to break it, just push really hard. You know, if something breaks in the process, it's not his problem. Man, all those ideas suck. That was really cool. Also, those trees are massive, man. The hell even is that? Those trees? They're like a pillar or something? Those trees are actually humongous. Man, those walls are not gonna do it, man. We should have left. Was that us down there? We can't tell. No, I don't think so. Let's see what's at the market. Two armor a turn, damn. I could have saved for that. That was pretty good. I don't have the renown for it. You approach the gate where hundreds of people have gathered. In the trodden, bloody space in front of the doors, several pin-cushioned bodies lay unclaimed, as though they simply belonged there. Archers up on the walls make it clear that nobody will be getting in. Men and women below intermittently call for mercy and reason when they're not flinging stones and curses. Ivor, did you really expect to push these gates open? I'm willing to try. What a beast. What an absolute madman. I'm willing to try, grunts Ivor, despite sizing up doors that look like they could hold back an army. And when men start shooting arrows and pouring out to stop you, then you kill them, he says. You're not sure this is the most sound plan. We're not doing this. This is a terrible idea, you say. We don't even know how many are in there. Ivor folds his arms. He seems almost relieved that he didn't have to live up to his earlier boast. Find out more from the crowd. You spend an hour talking to different people who all have the same story. A couple of days ago, the chieftain shut himself in, closed the gates, and refused any more refugees. They've got huge stores of supplies in there too, adds one man. They're just hoarding them. Well, yeah. Eagle pulls you aside. I was following the outside of these walls, he says. And there's a water passage we could squeeze through, I think. Not the whole caravan, but if we get a handful of us in there, we might open the gates from the inside. Sure. I'm not fitting through there, says Ivor. When you arrive at the narrow ducts, go without me. It looks like it'll get you on top of the walls and then down to the gate where you can open it. I don't like fighting without Ivor, so I'm gonna go back. You leave the crowds and head back down the hill. There are a lot of people gathered around the rest houses, says Oddleaf, pointing. Maybe we can find help there, or at least make ourselves useful. You spend a whole day at the rest houses. Everyone gives you the same story. The chieftain just shut himself in the Great Hall and closed the gates. There are a lot of wounded people here, says Alette. Or adds Alette. We could help them. The rest house is overflowing with refugees, the sick, the wounded and noise. I let Nodleaf spend the day along with the others in your caravan treating wounds, most of which came from the archers at the gates. I overheard from one woman that the city has been sending carts with food around. Could be a way in, Ivor replies. Next time they send a cart, we bring it back in. Nodleaf protests. Aside from leading to a fight, it would probably mean no more food for the refugees. Well, if we get in, there's probably going to be no more food for the refugees anyway. Unless we're the one giving the food. Let's wait and confront them. Keep your sword down until we need it, you tell Ivor. We'll make a deal unless they're looking for a fight. Early the next day, you spot another cart leaving the gates of the city. After they've thrown their scraps to the refugees, you approach. Stop. My friend wanted to talk with you. It's not what I wanted. Think I can guess why. Oh no, he has a helmet, and his eye is twitchy. Does that mean I shouldn't trust him? If we knew there were more fighters in Varl out here, Ekul? Yeah, Ekul might have brought you into the city. You can get us in the city. Not up to me. I'll take you if you want. Oh, why would this Ekul let us in? Better let him explain. I don't like people with helmets lying to me. Or maybe that's a red herring. I don't know what to pick. You know, what's the harm? He nods. You follow him back up to the gates where they open the doors for you. A man clad in black approaches you as you step inside. Oh, there's two people with helmets. What in the depths is this? The man orders his guards to get the doors closed again before the more refugees notice. You said you wanted fighters. You heard about the chieftain. We heard he's hiding out in the Great Hall. Oh, really? Think you mean hiding out in a grave. He's eating worms, if that wasn't clear. What happened in here? As soon as they heard Dredge were coming, anyone who couldn't swing an axe got one to the head. That's the short story, anyway. At least 3 clans in here warring over turf and food, and the worst are the god-forsaken Yvarl. He eyes Ivor and shrugs with exaggeration as if simply stating the obvious. Oh no, he's also racist. We're in more danger here than out there. Look, I was in charge here before things went to crap. You've got some people who can fight. You've got your own Varl. That counts for something. I can keep your flock safe in the Great Hall. You fight for me, and to take back Frostveller. I don't take sides. It's hard to tell when the good guys have become the bad. Fine, cut these sheep loose and watch your own asses. What do I care? All I want to do right now is to get out of these damn streets. Think carefully about what you want. We're staying in here, but, you know, screw you. You can feel Ekul sizing you up on the spot, his hand hovering near his axe. He snorts through his nose, changing his mind. Good luck, then. Hope we don't meet again fighting for the same scraps. With the gates closed, Eckel and his men disappeared down dark alleys. Hope we know what we're doing. Making it up as we go, Ivor. Well, at least there's probably food in here. I don't know. Oh no, it's changing perspective again. We are now Hakan. Hakan, we're back. I was able to get about as many warriors from Strand as you wanted, and more weapons. Extra supplies, too. You perk up, just now realizing Moger has been talking to you. Since Vognir died, everyone has been looking to you to make decisions. It's exhausting. Hakan? Sorry, just tired. Go on. I was saying the Varl we sent to Strand have returned. The governor gave us more of what we wanted. Good enough. Much resistance from the governor. Some. I don't think he was happy about us buying his fighters with using his own money. He also insisted we take on a lackey of his own to watch over his property. A man named Eric. Eric? I met him. He seemed competent enough. Regardless, the governor will have to get over it unless he wants Dredge crawling through streets. Put every slag that has wandered through here while you were gone. Enough flapping of mouths, then. You're sure that wound has healed, Ludin? I agree. Enough has already gone wrong. If something happens to the prince on a mission of peace, the Alliance would rot. Or worse. Ludin makes his own decisions. We would only be made to do this again later, and I will not suffer at all a second time. Either take us through the Wandering Road, or do your job and slaughter some Dredge. Ludin turns abruptly with a scowl. He stamps back to his ring of tents and followers. Wandering Road's not an option with this many. I could crush that boy's skull with one hand. If Ludin won't be deterred, you'll have to deal with it. Don't let Ludin get to you. Let's go. I'm sick of looking at this dump. What do I tell the warriors, Hakan? Tell them we don't stop until Schlid is retaken. Glad to hear it. Give the word and we'll set off. Got a lot of supplies. I'd ask how you're dealing with Vognir's death, but I already know the answer. Do you? Steady old Moger, which is good. I know most of these Varl, but they're not under my command. They came to follow Vognir. Tell you the truth, I wouldn't want to be in your position either. Anything you can tell me about the caravan? We rode together this many Varl. Half of them want to hit each other, the rest want to be left alone. Anyone I should keep my eye on? There's a couple of clan leaders trying to show off for each other. They're not a big deal. I got it under control. The fighters we just got from Strand aren't bad, but they're unruly. Give it a few days. And there are a few moaning about fighting for you instead of Vognir. Those are the ones to worry about. What about Ludin's men? They don't want to hear anything from me. I know that. Any problems? Could be. Ludin's pet Varl is named Bercy. I'm not sure where he came from or what his deal is. Bastard knows how to fight, but there's something I don't like about him. His girl in red is scary, too. Yrsa. She's probably the best fighter Ludin's got, to be honest. I've overheard some of the Varl call her the Witch. Why? The flaming arrows, I think. It's a good trick, but the fire upsets our Varl more than the dredge. Still doesn't make much sense. Witch? They're not scholars, Hakan. I think they're mostly just afraid of her. That makes more sense. Don't let her find out. Haven't you ever wanted to be in command? More than I am. I need more rope and I'd hang myself. I doubt that. I forget, you weren't around back then. At one point I had more rope. I hung myself. But no, I'm not interested in command. It's all yours. Thanks. You think we're walking into a death trap? With this many Varl? No, we should be alright. Things could get rough, though. I don't like being the one to send Varl to their deaths. I like worrying about myself, and that's the extent of it. Who would have expected Wagner to drop like that to a couple of slag? I'm still wondering what happened. He had hundreds of dead slag to his name. I don't get it. Just happens sometimes. No big moment. I'm sure it surprised him even more than us. Although, I have to wonder. Nah, never mind. Anyway, I'll worry about the warriors. You worry about not doing something stupid. That's asking a lot. What were you holding back about Wagner? I'd rather not say, Hakan. Why not? The kind of thing that'd get stuck in your head, and you need a clear one. It's better if you let me worry about it. Sounds important, tell me. How did Wagner die? He ran in the dredge. Wasn't expecting it. We found him... When we found him... Excuse me, fuck. When we found him, he was laying face down, like he was struck from behind. Did he really get taken down by some random slag? Who else was there? You think Ludin? You probably didn't, but... Damn it! Should keep an eye on that bastard. If you see anything else, tell me. I will. Let's get back to it. Let me know if you need anything else. I will. Talk to our old Yox friend. You knew him well, didn't you? Wagner? No. Ah, well... I don't know. I remember him. Always rushing around with some important business, but I never knew him. Never got a chance to talk much. Longer than I did, in any case. I suppose so. When we spoke, Varl listened. When he spoke, Varl listened. I knew that. I could use help there. The Scrivener leans back, considering the sentiment. I've seen worse. They respect you for your ability to swing an axe. They need to respect you for your actions. But you're not talking to the right Varl. Mulger's got some skill there. Most I can do is hold the quill. What are you always putting down in that journal? How do you mean? What do I write? I write what happens. We've got a banner in Aberrang for that, you know. You mean the long banner? Yes, the Menders wove up something that writes its own history. You want my opinion? I don't trust it. No? It tells a broad story. I think there's some value in the narrow. Whose story does it write? Mine? Theirs? Luden's? Gods forbid. Ha! You relic. The gods have been dead a long time. Oh, have they? Old habits, I suppose. I heard you were a terror in your day. Do you know how old I am? Dare I ask? I'm competing, you know. Nobody knows how old we Varl can get, naturally. There's one by the name of Snorri. He's got a few years on me, just hunkers in Grafheim collecting rhyme. Bastard might actually beat me. Another one named Krumir is close, I think. But the addled son of a bitch still welcomes the fight. He'll probably be off before I am. Hello. The scrivener gestures around him as if to remind you of the current situation. You chuckle. Anyway, point is, what difference does it make? I'm just a delivery baron for Jornder now. Can't remember half what I've done. Hence the journal. Hence? Don't get fancy on my behalf, Hakan. Okay, I won't. What do you suppose happened to the sun? Oh man, my throat's dry now. Oh no. Gods, how should I know? Never seen something like this before. Are you worried? Some of the Varl in the caravan think the world's coming to an end. Others think it's the best thing that could happen. No more black months. I'll take it. If it's the end, I'm ready. What about the rest of us? To the depths with you. Ah! Get some rest. Always more marching to do. I've hoofed more hills than a horse born with a grudge. Don't worry about me. Now, my voice is really getting dry. Oh, man. Okay, where are we gonna go? To adventure. Let's promote our boy first before I forget. Let's get him consistent and then specialize. 2, 1, 2. Wow, you can really pan in this one. A gorgeous game. Oh, the banner's yellow. Look at that, says Mogir. In the hills, more dredge. No more than a dozen, though. We could just as easily pass by as rush up there to slaughter them. Ludin overhears. That's a dozen dredge heading towards Strand. He says, you ask him when he started to care about Strand. I don't. I thought you did. Deal with it ourselves. The caravan stops and waits while you lead a small detachment up the hillside to take care of the dredge quickly. You tell Ludin to stay by the caravan. He folds his arms and mutters something about being treated like a child. It's time for EXP! Oh shit. It's a really good song. I don't even know who's gonna go first. This is gonna be rough. I mean, I have three Varl, but Eric's just kind of there. Have my boy in the back. I gotta mix them around a bit. Yeah, whatever. Let's give him a big hello. Man, the sounds they make are really horrific. Quite right on. We get kills at Hakan yet? Shit. Spin the win. Spin the win. Yeah. I did it. I've embarrassed myself. Hakan. You can hear Ludin's hard-booted trot as he set up camp the first day. Embrace yourself. Can we speak as equals? We can try. It seems clear to me that you plan to kill a lot of dredge along the way. Am I right? Why do you ask? Because since we left Aberrang, the Varl have been acting like I need protection. Don't assume only the Varl can fight. You understand me? That is my banner we fly to Grafheim, the banner of Aberrang. I insist on joining in battle. Almost got in your first encounter and ready for more? Whatever you like, Prince. And, I expected more resistance. From Wagner, maybe. They tell me you were his Kender. That's why you're in charge now. Some sort of next of kin Varl thing? Don't you take on his responsibilities? In my own way. Stop acting like I'm a thorn in your side. When you're nearly 200 years, it's hard to take a 20-year-old man. Is that right? Seriously. You better start. We'll both be kings someday. That's the last thing I need to think about right now. Ludin looks at you as though you just punched yourself in the face. He heads back to his tent before saying whatever was on his mind. What a brat. Don't overlook cool ability. Oh no, it Fire Witch. Yrsa, right? She watches you approach with her head tilted back and points a thumb towards Ludin's tent. No. Here for you. Oh. Can we talk? Yrsa shakes her head no, a smile on her lips, eyelids low. Why not? I don't. You don't talk? No. You do, though. I don't. He smiles warmly, clearly enjoying her game. She watches you expectantly. You're Ludin's bodyguard? No, he's mine. Before you have the chance to be confused, she cackles, abrupt and loud, then looks slightly embarrassed. You are his personal guard, though. Her expression changes too, of course. How did you end up with someone like Ludin? Luck. He watches you expectantly. It's about the flaming arrows. She raises an eyebrow. Varl and fire don't get along. All you get is a shrug. If you're going to use them. She pulls an arrow. There's a flick of the wrist you don't quite catch. Suddenly a bird combusts in the tree behind you and falls to the ground smoldering. Half the camp has turned the watch. Don't tell me not to. Oh, this has been fun. She crosses her arms, a hand on her chin, and cocks her head to one side. Until next time, Mirza. Hakan. You stop and look over your shoulder. I am a witch, so be careful. She puts her forefinger to her lips with a soft shh. You depart, not quite sure what to make of that. Okay. That happened. I was a little confused, but okay. You have a moment? As you approach Bercy, he lowers the book he was reading. He doesn't strike you as the book reading type. You're Bercy. You're Hakan. We've gone that out of the way, haven't we? I had some questions. Say what you want to say. Where'd you learn to fight? Same way as you. By fighting. You know what I mean. I robbed well-protected merchants for at least one man's lifetime. Is that what you mean? Yeah. Not anymore. I've had a lot of jobs. What's a Varl doing working for Ludin? What's a Varl doing working for another Varl? What difference does it make? Looks like you're in charge right now, so do me a favor and don't get Ludin killed. He's important to you? No. That's one way to put it. I won't keep you any longer. See you on the battlefield, O leader of Varl. You could join us? I'm where I want to be. Don't forget what I said about keeping Ludin alive, got it? As you step away, you can't help but wonder if there was a bit of threat behind that gravelly request. Oh hey, they joined my party. I got more people. Rally's really good. Hmm. Whoops. It's the same, but not as cool. He comes with exertion already, but he has lower strength. I don't have anyone with like good pushback to make use of Impale. Oh, right, Slagenbird's really good. I really like using siege archers. Yeah, I guess this is okay for the party. I could rest a bit. You overhear a conversation while marching alongside the warriors. I'm happy to stomp some slags as much as the next Varl, but I didn't join up to take orders from Hakan, says one. Apparently he doesn't realize you're within earshot. Not willing to die for him either. Challenge him to a fight. Who will you take orders from? You ask loudly. Wagner's dead. We can decide right now. You raise your fists. He does the same reluctantly. His best shot's not bad, but you've had a lot worse. You grab him by the horns, swing his entire massive frame through the air, and plant him into the ground. What's his name? You ask his companions. Gris. Take care of Gris, you reply. You hear them laughing at his misfortune as you wander off. Yeah, I got renown. I thought blindsiding him was a little much. A small gathering of tents come into view. A group of merchants from the look of it. You ask what they're doing here. We were camped out at the Godstone ahead, one tells you. Leaving an offering to Dengler, as one does. His expression turns. Dredge started appearing out of nowhere. Some of us stayed. Thought the Godstone would be safe, but damned to find out why. We'd been dodging them since we left. Got any trade? Not much, he replies. Anything of value we left at the Godstone. Never seen this many Varl in a place before. You'll have to deal with those dredge. You nod. We could pirate with some supplies if you need them. Yeah. If you're passing Dingler's Stone, I have a request, though. My wife's brother stayed behind. You'll know him by the necklace with many gold rings. If you see him, say we are safely in Strand. You agree, and the merchants continue onward. caravan slows unexpectedly. Word travels down the line, and then Moger, who tells you, Dredge know we're coming. Probably saw us back at Vetterfell and did their usual lurking. Could have been bad if we've plotted into them, but we saw them first. Dredge watch you, waiting to see what you do. When's the last time you commanded a few hundred, Hakan? Asks Mogir. Don't overthink it. The warriors can take care of themselves. War. When you come across more enemies than your party can handle, you'll engage in war. Give your army orders to fit the situation, but be prepared to get your own hands dirty too. By making battle easier for yourself, you'll end up with higher casualties. Or you can take a burden onto yourself with a harder battle, but save more lives. If you're ever desperately outnumbered, it may be best to run, avoiding battle completely. Dredge line the battlefield, weapons drawn. A fight seems inevitable. You take a quick head count. There must be at least 588 of them. You have 185 fighters and 466 Varl at your side. The two forces are about evenly matched. There is no guarantee of victory here. Formations. On. Rush in the battle. You gather your allies and tell them to get ready to lead the attack. To Wa! Whoa. Man, it's gonna be scary. He'll be alright. Oh shit. This is really bad. There's more space in the bottom left. This is gonna be really rough. I asked for this. Yeah, he's not gonna make it. I really should give a tiny bit of exertion to Gunnulf. That was my mistake. If I'm lucky, I should be able to do some serious damage before they close the gap. It was a tiny gamble, but I need to take it. No, I don't want to commit to that yet. Go through. Nice. That's gonna hurt. Yeah, let's just trickle in. Oh, right, the positioning on the calls is random. I should have left him alive. That's okay. I might go after her because, you know, Juicy to run down the way like that. Well, what I'm here for. Spin. Well, he said no. I think I'm missing something about the passive. Yeah, they're not taking the bait. I think I want to get some of that guaranteed chip damage in. Oh, yeah, I can exit that? Oh, yeah, I get the extra rank. Yeah. Big explosion. Yeah. I was gonna feel bad if I missed that. But just kind of let that go. Wait, coming over to give me the hands. Whatever, we need to get a boy level. No. I was hoping you'd go in that little gap there. You know, this is a little dicey, but... yeah, he'll be alright. Yeah, he'll be alright. Flat fight. I can't walk over that or I'll die. Oh, that's cool. Kills grant self and adjacent allies will. I remember when this game came out, I was sad that I never saw factions have a spear unit. At least I don't remember. Yeah, AI manipulation. Let's go. It was getting a little weird. Eric. It's getting a little dicey. Oh, he could have killed him too, and he didn't. Oh, I'm dumb. You take a moment to survey the battlefield. The enemy is being pushed back all the way down the line. You could take this opportunity to pull back and leave combat immediately, or on the other hand, chasing down more dredge would rally your fighters and save a few lives. You won't have time to rest or change party, but a chance to loot your enemies might reveal items they took from previous victims. Kill a few more as they flee. You attack any dredge still brave enough to face you. Oh, that's oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Shit. Man. I want to limit how much I expose myself. He's gonna go down, but that's okay. I am a little hesitant. I can mix that with the coals, it's really nice. Well, I didn't go in the direction I wanted, but I'll take it. That looks kind of cool. Also, I'm pretty sure I don't want him to do that. Man, I'm gonna wait. Wait, shit, no. Hmm. Everyone's dead. No. Oh, I still got stuff for it. I didn't get any items. You black out as you fall and come to again amongst the warriors who were able to escape the battle. They carried you from the scene. You lost a lot of good warriors. That's bullshit. Man. Can I reload? No. Well, it's time to camp and then look our wounds. Because everyone's dead. Or like everyone's hurt. And you know, this is a good opportunity to end the stream. Going on for 2 hours. Well, thanks for watching and enjoying watching my blunders. Hopefully I'll be on time tomorrow. Anyway, goodbye.